no trouble finding it?
No.
It's very easy to find. Well, that's good. I'll just show you. It's very small, but I'll show you what we have. There's the
Very cute.
The treatment office is here, and the treatment room, we have one bed here and another one here. And I'm also renovating upstairs so that when I get really busy, I'll be able to have one upstairs as well. So let's have a seat.
Sure.
And we'll talk about the issues. Now, Peggy actually came a little earlier, and we talked about all the issues that she has, and we did a diagnosis, and we didn't want to do it detailed on camera, but what we're going to do is we're going to go through what we did. And so basically, she came to me with some issues, and the process is we sit down, we do our confidentiality form, our consent form. And you've had acupuncture before.
I have, yeah.
Yeah. So you know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, there can be some rash, there can be some bleeding, and
that's
some bruising.
very rare, yeah.
Very rare. But so we went through all the things to expect,
Mm-hmm.
and then we talked about the diagnosis. And so we have what's called the 10 questions, which actually is more like 30 questions. And so we talked about everything from head to toe, from her sleep patterns to her stress levels, the environment that she lives and works in. We talked about things like bowel movements, and no one likes to talk about those things. We talked about diet and digestion and all sorts of pain, kind of pain we have.
Which I like you asking me those questions, because I feel more like you're asking for me as an individual, and then, we can sort of work with my complaints as opposed to what everybody else has, because I'm a unique person as everybody else is with my symptoms. And
yes, absolutely. Like you do have a condition that's been diagnosed.
Fibromyalgia.
Mm-hmm. And you have any other things that go with that make it unique to you?
Environmental illness as well, yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, Peggy's willing to share that with us, which thank you very much for doing that. It's fibromyalgia and things like chronic fatigue syndrome and multiple sclerosis. There's lots and lots of things that people don't realize that this medicine can really help you with.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you have problems with pain and sleep disorders, anxiety, lots of pain.
Yes, lots of pain. And no energy.
No energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very typical of fibromyalgia. And there's lots of different patterns in Chinese medicine. For example, we've got dampness, qi stagnation, and that's what makes you feel swollen, makes you feel heavy. And the stagnation and the blood stasis, we call it, actually causes the pain. And that's what's called a full condition. Mm-hmm. And then there's deficiency sides to your conditions in Chinese medicine. You've got maybe liver blood deficiency, nothing to worry about, but it's saying there's some deficiencies. There's dryness.
Right.
There's you feel hot in the afternoon, so there's going to be that empty heat. And what it comes from is when things aren't balanced, you've got your yin and yang. Your yin is your nutrition, your coolness, your fluids,
mm-hmm.
and your yang is your heat and your energy. And so when your yin is low, the yang looks like it's high. It's not really, it's called empty heat. So that causes the flushing and the heat. And when you're dry, it's like trying to float a boat down a river that has very little water in it. Things get stuck.
So that's when I have my flushing, that's what's going on? Okay, yes,
yeah.
I do have that.
Yeah. And then, because you don't have a lot of energy, the stomach is not going to transform all the fluids like it should.
Mm-hmm.
You also need the yang energy to actually move things. So you're going to get the swelling, you're going to get the digestive problems.
Mm-hmm.
So those all come from deficiencies. So we're going to treat both the deficiencies and the excesses today. Mm-hmm. So what we did was, so we went through all these questions, and based on what you have, I'm going to come up with a point diagnosis and point prescription for you. And so what I also did was I looked at your tongue, and just show people. So I took a look at your tongue, and you can see that it's a little bit swollen, it has teeth marks, very little coat, and those all things tell me that you've got little energy, you're a little stressed because of the red on the end. It's a little shiny, means you've got a deficiency of energy and heat, and very little coat, which are immune deficiencies. So you have all those things on your tongue.
So interesting that you can, by seeing all those things, you can tell that those things are happening to you, which they are.
And I don't use just one thing. I use I do the questions, the tongue, and then I'll look at your pulses. This is how we take them. I take there's 3 different levels and 3 different pulses on this side, which should be your lung and your stomach and spleen and kidney yang, and then on the other side would be your liver and your heart and your kidney yin, and I can feel the quality of the pulses. All those things confirm one another. So you don't use any one of these things in isolation. You just look at the whole picture. And so I think today we're going to mostly probably look at both the dampness and we're going to look at the deficiencies.
Okay, that sounds fun.
So what we'll do is we're going to get you to go in the other room. And we'll just take for a moment. We're going to you're going to get organized in the other room, so we'll be with you shortly.